Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Drop me the old comment like Kyle, Jorge, Oof, and myself. And make sure that you click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday to talk about the crypto charts. Kyle, welcome in. You are the first here. Good to see you in. Jorge, what's up, my brother? Oof, let's fucking go. Portfolio down 30%. Mr. BBC, please stop dumping on the community. Oh, fun times, right? Fun times. Juan, welcome in. I didn't see you there. You got lost in the shuffle of the comments. Good to see you as well, Juan. You bought more ILV. Oof, you're a hard, well, that did not come out right. Oof, I don't know if you're, okay, let's start over, timeout. You know, anybody ever watch Saved by the Bell where Zach would come in and go timeout? Timeout, oof, you're always trying to pump those bags on ILV. Boy, that did not come out right at first. J. Kim, welcome in. Kathleen, good to see you. NYC rounding out the bottom of the chats. It is always good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually having a really good day today. Day started out a little difficult, but keeping things in perspective and feeling good. So this afternoon or this evening, I am having a passion fruit. Need a little passion in my life. Passion fruit LaCroix. So that is what I'm having. What's everybody else having this evening? Track, what's up? Welcome in. Guys, today's live stream, and I think I'm on an ongoing basis try to weave into the live stream here. I'm out here Monday through Friday, right? We all know Friday's sort of that iffy day if I'm out here Friday. And if I don't come out Friday, then typically what I'll do is come out Sunday, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change up the structure of the live stream just a little bit so that Tuesdays and Thursdays there's an emphasis on TA Q&A. And unless there's a significant development in the market, we'll spend some time talking about it. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be my regular TA and content. And if we have time for Q&A for some technical analysis questions, we will make sure to do so. But had to do the live stream a little later today. Glad to see I'm getting a good turnout. Wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking about what we're seeing in the short term. Of course, again, don't allow the big picture to get lost just because you're evaluating the short-term perspective. DT, good morning, my friend. Have yourself a cup of cafe. But it's important to understand what's going on in the short term just so we can kind of have a feel for what to expect over the shorter to mid-term here. But of course, as I spoke to yesterday, and I always speak to on this channel, the most important thing is to keep that macro perspective, right? The macro perspective, we have the higher highs and higher lows. Price action is looking sexy as ever, okay? Now, what do I have sketched out here? First off, let's just look at price action. This is on the 12-hour. You can see for the moment, okay, there is no victory at the moment. There is no victory at the moment because the clear sign that I will have been correct in terms of where we've bottomed during this correction will be forming a low here, ultimately a high, a higher low, a higher high, and then continuing on, right? Doing something like that, right? Well, we're not there yet, but based on my earlier comments and what I shared on Twitter today and kind of highlighted from my earlier live stream, we're exactly in the area I spoke about. We've gravitated towards the 200 simple moving average on the 12-hour, and we have an area of price confluence right around 38,000. Now, this should be understood if you've been on this live stream for quite some time and you understand how I talk, right? When I talk about this area being an area of price confluence, I'm not saying we can't wick below it. I'm not telling you we can't get a wick into the $37,000 area. But on a candle body closing basis, my expectation is this roughly $38,000 is going to hold up. This was a significant area of confluence here that once we broke above it, we want significantly higher, right? So I'd like to see this area hold up. There's other areas of price confluence down here around 35,000, right around, it looks like in the upper 35 to low $36,000 area. But I'd really like to see this $38,000 area hold up. And so far it is. Actually, there was a chart I was looking at earlier today. I wasn't as active on charting today, but there was a chart on Twitter earlier today that someone shared on the moves up that we've been seeing these past many, many months, where Bitcoin has been dipping around 20%, and we're currently under, we're around a 20 to 22% correction. So, and also if you study historical moves in the past when we started to really make that trajectory up and parabolic move up, and I've spoken to this so many times, guys, if you've been here, but it's typical to see those 30, 35% corrections, sometimes even a 40% correction, but 30, 35% correction. So, coming down, where are we at? Let's actually measure it out together right now. And currently we're down around 20, 22%. This is just rough. Yeah, we're down 22%. So this is par for the course. Now, the thing you have to watch for, though, is, and I speak to this, sorry, a little full, had dinner right before the live stream. Nothing exciting. The thing that you have to be careful of when you're perusing the YouTubes and you're on Twitter is there are a lot of thumbnails out there that are designed to instill fear and to grab your attention so you watch their video, right? As a content creator and as an educator, again, I don't view myself as an influencer. I don't like the word. I view myself as an educator, and I pride myself on integrity. So for me, there's a very fine line between creating a thumbnail that is catchy and gets your attention so that you watch the video, but it doesn't play with your emotional strings, and it doesn't lead you astray in terms of what's going on in the market. I'm very sensitive to that because I think that sort of thing really irks me. So let's see where we closed on the daily today. Let me see here. Where did we actually close? Okay, so we had, oh no, we're closing in 9 minutes. Apologies. We're closing in 9 minutes. It'll be interesting to see. Now, this formation right here technically is a potential trend reversal. Of course, we saw the same hammer stick formation come in here. Of course, the wick was longer up here. We'll have to see if it holds. But what I would expect personally, I would expect some sort of a bounce here, okay? Again, I'm just talking shorter term, guys. I would expect some sort of a shorter term bounce. I don't know that we're going to clear the 50 simple moving average on first pass. So I would anticipate kind of coming down here and retesting. What you'd want to see as a retest, I'm okay retesting once and then coming back up. And I'd like to see us break that 50 simple moving average at that point. Once we start getting down here and we hit this 200 simple moving average more than around 3 times, the likelihood is it's going to break. So I'm okay coming down here for, like I said, one retest, but after that I want to see us get out of here. And as I said yesterday, it wouldn't surprise me for the next several weeks to sort of be a little bit boring and just kind of chip and chop away. I don't know that price action really is going to start picking up until March, but we'll have to see towards the tail end of February going into March, but we'll have to see. Guys, what I want you to do now is I want you to drop down and give me 50 push-ups. All right, no, what I want you to do, I mean, that's a warm-up for me, you know? What I really want you to do is I want you to start to drop into the comments your questions on charts that you want me to take a look at, because that's what today's live stream is. I'm not going through any other charts. I don't have any other charts prepared. This stream is dedicated to you. This is going to be the Tuesday. This is going to be the Tuesday and Thursday format until I see best fit otherwise. Okay, great. So I'm seeing some questions come in here. This is awesome. This is so awesome. Let me see what we got here. Antonio, thank you for the question. I have not seen you in the live stream before. I think I have a dedicated chart to Tau. Yes, I do. Now, who on this live stream was the first person to point me towards Tau? Somebody here did. And I don't know who it was. But what I do know, guys, this is an awesome chart to evaluate because as messy as this looks, okay, all these, was it you, Black Oil? Greg is in the house. Black Oil, was it you? That sort of is ringing a bell. Well, Greg, let me tell you something. Because of all these areas of price confluence, we eventually turned green. The reason I turned them green, they were once red. You were talking about Tau. I know you were down in this area. You were talking about this thing in the $50 to $40 area, Greg, and we're all the way up. At right now we're below 300, but we were, I know at one point we were above 300. Yeah, we were pushing 400. Look at how beautiful this thing is. Great market structure. Haven't updated the chart in a while. Man, this is so messy. We're not going to be coming down here anytime soon. So I just can't stand a messy chart. I can't stand a messy house either. I'm very big on a clean home, a clean car, a clean garage, and a clean chart. Let me get into some more recent areas of price confluence. We're going to start with resistance. Now the all-time high here, it looks like, this is on the daily, by the way. Looks like 395 and 390. We're going to put this at 395 since that is the all-time high. Sometimes what I like to do is color code that a different color of red to signify the all-time high. Another area of price confluence. This looks like a double top there. Ooh, I kind of like that right there. Right about there. We're going to draw that at 302. And then there's one more I'm going to draw right about there. We'll just say 356. Now, in terms of, and you can see right now, one of the things is once we fall below a moving average. Now, in this case, what I'm showing is the purple is the 50 simple moving average, and the yellow is the 20 simple moving averages. These are common moving averages that technical analysts use. Because we're below the 50 simple moving average, that's going to innately act as an area of resistance. So I'm not going to draw another area of resistance in there. What I will show you are areas of support. There's a clear area right there. And it is actually right at the moving average, the 20 simple moving average. I love the idea of getting in here and buying this thing around 240. Okay? If 240 weren't to hold, obviously the next thing we can see here is we bounce. There's several wicks here. We're going to make that at 210. Okay? So those are the main areas I would look at. The other thing that I see in this chart, there is an area of descending resistance. Look at that. That almost worked out perfect. One of the things I routinely speak to on this channel, I would draw it like that. One of the things I routinely speak to on this channel is you can see resistance, resistance. All this resistance, we broke out. We came back. Quite often, one of the most bullish signals you can get is to retest this prior descending area of resistance as support and springboard off of it. You can see we nearly did that here. We nearly came down to 220. Looks like we hit 226. Since then, I don't want to clutter the chart, so I'm going to take this line off. But since then, you can see the other thing we're doing. We're continuing to build the higher highs and higher lows, right? So it'll be interesting to see if we can get some sort of a reaction here to head up towards the 395 area, maybe initially get rejected and then continue on our way up. This is an extremely bullish chart, okay? Extremely bullish chart. If we look at the price indicators on the daily, I love what I'm seeing on the MACD. The RSI is at a relatively neutral level, increasing in value up to 55. Stochastic RSI looks great. This is a very, very healthy trend. The way this thing, it's the same comments I would put on Caspa. The way that this has panned out so far after our parabolic rise in price here from around 50 bucks all the way up to 400. Okay, we did an 8x. We've come down here, and all of this price action here is consolidation. This is just consolidation, right? If you could scoop this thing up this thing up anywhere between 2 and 240, you're doing yourself a favor in the many months to come, in my opinion. This is one of the more bullish charts. Greg, thank you for the super chat, man. You're always appreciated, my friend. Always appreciated. And Greg, I'll get to Trias. Let me jump ahead here to Trias since Greg threw me a super chat, and then I'll work in reverse here and see what other questions we have here. Trias, am I pronouncing that correctly? Thought I had a chart for that one. I do not. Thought I created a chart for that one, actually. Let's take a look at that on a blank chart. Now, this one I know we've charted before, so I should have some price action up here that we can look at. Have we charted this before? I feel like we did. Okay, we did. Wow, I was, when I see all these lines here, this clearly is indicating to me I was going on a rant here. All right, so this is on the 3-day, although there's enough price data. I'm going to put this on a weekly. So you can see one of the things I was drawing here was an area of descending resistance. Now, what I like to see right off the bat, let me take the 50 off because it doesn't add a lot of value. Not enough price data. You can see we're above the 20, though. The last time we had charted this, it's very evident to me we were under 473. We were right in this area in here. That's because all of these red areas were resistance, and they're now green areas of support. Greg, I don't need to redraw any of these. You can see where the areas of, and this is going to be resistance. Now, let me be very clear on this, Greg. It's very bullish. Okay, let me actually take off the moving average. It's kind of distracting. It's very bullish that this descending resistance was cleared, right? But now what isn't so bearish is we're starting to go below it. I really wanted to maintain this price level around $11 above it, okay? Until we get above and stay above that descending resistance, it's going to continue to act as resistance, okay? So, and this resistance has been in place for a long time. You can see it all the way back here in 2021, all right? So, what else can I say about this chart? I lost my train of thought there for a moment. I'm going to put another area of resistance right. I'll put it right at the top. I'll put it right at the top there. Should I put it here? Kind of like putting it there, actually. So we're going to put this area of resistance at about, we're not going to get cute, 15 bucks, all right? 15 bucks. What's the high here? 17. Oh, wow, that's, okay. 1740. So there's really a zone of resistance, Greg, between 15 and 1740. The area that I'd like to see hold, okay, black oil, my friend, the area I would like to see hold, this green area right here, I don't want to start breaking down below $7. We start breaking 7, there's a high likelihood we're going to be heading towards 5, right? So I'm fine with price coming down to this zone in here and then bouncing up. We got a little battle. Maybe we consolidate right in here, and then we start to push up. Okay, I'm good with that. That's bullish. We're good with that. What I don't want to see is us lose this, because now we're coming all the way down here. Now, and you know if you've been tuned in here for a while, anytime we break a prior area of confluence to the downside, it becomes resistance, right? So if we were to break $7, not only is price going lower, but now we got to rebattle $7. I want less. That's one of the, actually, that's a good way to put it. I want less battles to pursue to get to higher price levels. Does that make sense? The battles are indicative of areas of price confluence that are sitting above you, right? So I don't want to be down here, because now I have this area and this area and this area and all these areas, right? I'd rather be right in here, Because now I don't have to worry about all of this. I just have this and this, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if we go to the price indicators real quick, you'll see we got overheated on the RSI, so it's no wonder that we pulled back, right? We were all the way up. What were we up at, 90? Yeah, we were up at 89.85, right? We've cooled down to 63, which is still a really healthy level. More than likely what's going to happen is this MACD is going to begin to flatten out and then begin to curl right back up, right? But let's not lose that $7. I hope you found that helpful, Greg. By the way, did forget to comment on something before we get to the next round of questions here. I did pan out on the relative strength index what I want to begin to see. So I'm not convinced that we've bottomed here until we start to see the relative strength index bottom out. Typically, we can go back in the chart and look at times in the past like here that we've seen this. You know, you guys should know if you've been here for a while that what I do is to tell me that it's probable that we're going to begin to see a bounce, I start to look for bullish divergence on the RSI, kind of like what we were seeing here, but it failed. On the 12 hour is really where I want to see it, because if you get those bullish divergences on the higher time frames, it leads to a more credible conclusion that we could see a strong bounce. So what I had sketched out here was just in general what I want to see. I want to see the RSI continue to build these higher lows. As you know, price can sort of stagnate and do this, but if we're gaining strength in the price, it's telling you that the sell side exhaustion has come fruition, and there's strength actually building within price to get potential momentum and continue onward and upwards towards $50,000 and beyond. So that's what I would be looking for. Let me see. Let me go in a backwards order here. Start from the top here. Thank you again for the question, guys. Or Greg and everyone else. Let me get to these other questions. We got Tao, Jorge, SHX. I haven't heard of this one, my friend. And I know I'm pretty familiar with both XRP and XLM. Shout out to Chris, who frequents the live stream and asks when XLM is going to $30. I'm beginning to know my crowd pretty well. YC is a major Digibyte holder, and Chris is a major XLM holder. Stronghold, unfamiliar with this one. Jorge, did you say this was affiliated with XRP and XLM? You said the partners? Yeah. That chart looked like shit. Reminded me of Flare until Flare's actually started to turn around. But yeah, this looks like about as good as we're going to get here. So, okay, so we flattened out. Now, this is on a 3-day. Not a lot of price data here, so I'm going to stick on a 3-day instead of a weekly chart. Let's focus on price action. It's king. It looks like, there's low volume on this thing. What is the market cap on this? This looks like a very low market cap to me. God damn this VPN. I cannot stand my VPN all the time. NordVPN. NordVPN is never the trusted VPN I use. Yeah, number 716 market cap. Well, that makes sense. Okay. A lot of price wicks in here. I almost want to go to a weekly just because there's just a lot of chipping and chopping around here. Now, what I like to see is, in general, when I'm evaluating a chart like this, I'll tell you what goes through my head. We obviously had this massive waterfall, right? But now what we've done in here, in particular, price has begun to stabilize. So what am I looking for from the chart? Well, there's a couple things I would be looking for. I could get a little cute and fancy, and I could draw a descending area of resistance like that, and that's fine. You can do that. You can show an area of descending resistance here. That's fine. One of the most basic things you want to do is draw in your areas of support. I would put it right about there. Looks like it's at about 0.0003 cents. Okay. Now, again, this is on a weekly. But the ultimate thing to leave me feeling convinced that we're going to see a true trend reversal back to the upside, or I should say a trend reversal to the upside because we haven't seen true upside in this price. We need to begin to break prior areas of confluence. Now, the way this price action has worked, it really has been a waterfall, but the other way you can look at it is stair steps down, right? Right? So until we start to do a Super Mario, and we start to jump up the steps like this, there is no sign of a trend reversal. So we just need to start breaking above those stair steps above our tiny little heads. Or maybe we have massive heads. Maybe we have a huge forehead. Some of us have big noses. Some of us have big ears. We're all different. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. But the main thing is, what I want to see out of price is let's break the descending resistance. Let's start pushing above here and getting up here. Now, Jorge, what I want you to do is I want you to come back and ask me how the chart looks after we get above 0.0014. This area right here. I want to jump right up into this area in here. When you see on a candle body closing basis, on a weekly candle body closing basis, don't come to the stream and ask me to chart this with price wicks. You know price wicks are an expression of volatility. We start getting a candle body close above 0.0014. Come on back and let's reassess the chart. I'm not interested in it until then. Let's see if we have any bullish divergence on the relative strength index. Now, this is not surprising. This is one of these things you want to look for. Look at the MACD picking up. Look at the MACD picking up. Not seeing a lot of volume, but at the moment for the week, looks like there is some push coming here. And what's interesting is what I really like to see, Jorge, and I'm glad you actually brought this chart to everyone's attention. Maybe there are some people out there that want to get into it for a trade. I love seeing charts like this where in general, yes, we went below here, but the general premise is this is on a 3-day, and I'm sure we could look at this on multiple time frames and see the same thing. You see how the relative strength index, just like on the 12-hour for Bitcoin, it's the sort of thing I wanted to see for a potential trend reversal. Bullish divergence. The relative strength index is increasing. What is price doing? Well, if we go here, it's actually going down / sideways while the strength is building within the price. This thing has the potential, especially once Bitcoin starts to make some sort of move to the upside, and given how low the market cap is, this thing could pop hard. You could see some sort of a hard pop. So, good chart to take a look at. Let's see what else we got here. Guys? What else you got? Kathleen, I could not agree more. Stay that way, CBG, in terms of the thumbnails and articulating my videos with integrity, quality, not quantity. I totally agree with you. Some people would say quality over quantity with many things in life. I'll leave that up to your imagination. YC, Digibyte. You know, guys, we haven't taken a look at Digibyte in a long time. Let's actually take a look at that. I was just looking at it, last week, I think. In fact, I may have tweaked some of these charts based on that. Ooh, we got to get the Raging Bull off. That's Tony's custom indicator. Yeah, I know I was looking at it. This isn't on Bittrex anymore because Bittrex went down the shitter. And that has the most price history on Digibyte. I was a little upset about that. Because now we don't have as much. We do not have as much price action on the Digibyte. See how? Yeah, Bittrex chart's no longer good because it's not on the exchange anymore. Now, one of the things I was looking at, you can see YC for Digibyte. This is on the weekly. I was examining the Williams Alligator. Which we've spoken to on this chart. So you want to see green above, red above, blue. Right now we do have that. You can see the green is above, red is above, blue. I almost have to redraw areas of price confluence now because it's not on Bittrex anymore. It really, really pisses me off because it causes me to have to rechart everything. Of course, we have this area of support down here at 0.6 cents. The big thing for me, I mean, I can draw some areas of resistance in here. This thing is just chipping and chopping around. You know what I've said about Digibyte in the past? Digibyte is not the coin that's going to build this beautiful symmetrical market structure and gradually increase in price. When Digibyte starts to move, it's going to be very swift and rapid. It's I definitely think Digibyte has the potential to jump right back up into the top 100. I think it's all the way back below 200, but I think it absolutely has the potential to break back up in the top 100. Mark my words on that one. You can come back and tell me. We can have a conversation about it. So there's many areas of resistance here between a penny and 1.3 cents. You know, the price levels I've spoken to before, and in my video, I'm sure I've spoken to the same price levels. Until we start really breaking above 1.3 cents, I'm not interested. It is good to see right now what's been going on for the past many months. We've been consolidating in this area. Now, the consolidation might be boring, but there's a story to be told about the consolidation that's very important. That consolidation creates stability, and that stability allows for the moving averages to smooth out. It also allows for the price indicators to stabilize as well and to begin to create firm footing onto which to build bullish structure. So it's very good, as boring as it's been, that we've just not continued to decline. And we've just been stable in this area. Some other price indicators I've been looking at here. It's good to see that looks like the DI is starting to get above our trigger line. Interesting. I just noticing this now. In the ADX and DI, of course, the MACD is starting to come down. We don't want to see a negative cross. RSI is still oversold at 46. Yeah, we're just chipping and chopping around. Not interested until we get back above 1.3 cents. It'll be really interesting once we start to clear 2 to 3 cents. I think that's when things are really going to start to take off, though. What else do we have? Thank you for the question, YC. What else do we have? Track, Matic. I think we just looked at that the other day. I'm pretty sure, Track, you can go back to yesterday's live stream. Maybe we didn't look at this, actually. I don't know that we did. Did we not look at this? I'm surprised I didn't bring this up yesterday. Okay, so again, the thing that I was trying to get everybody to focus on when everyone was bored out of their mind with Matic is we were still creating these higher highs and higher lows. Okay, the orange circles or ovals signify higher lows, and the green circles signify a high. We still need to take out this 160 target, okay? So right now, this week hasn't closed. I'm going to keep it green until we close. All we've done is we've cleared descending resistance, and now we're attempting to consolidate in this region to create a base to come up and retest this 160 zone. Ultimately, what I want to see out of Matic, I want to get up here. I want to start pushing up towards 250. Actually, it looks like we could start 220. I would say 220 to 250. Again, what that's going to do, it's going to create the higher highs and higher lows. And part of me hates to repeat myself, but it really is that simplistic. Let's go to the price indicators. Yeah, MACD. Let's try to avoid a negative cross. Stochastic RSI is still above 20. Although it's teetering with a negative cross. We're at 36. We want to see that flatten out. And the RSI is a little oversold at 47. So we want to see some momentum come back into this chart with the rest of the market and really start pushing. I mean, what I'd like to see, I'm sorry, that was Track. What I'd like to see, I mean, ideally, I'd like to see us hold this relative line here. We don't need to get too cute with areas of support. I have this at 75 cents. You could argue the area of support, because I talk about zones over specific lines. You could argue that maybe the area of support is more around actually where we're at right now, 72 cents. Right in this 72 to 75 cent area, I don't want to see us close below there because that would increase the probability we're going to continue pushing down towards the 60 to 50 cent area. By the way, I don't know why I just thought of this, but for anyone who is a cartoon fan and a nerd like myself, on On Thursday, for anyone that liked the remake, apparently there were a couple remakes. I'm not talking about the one from 2022 or 2023 where it looks like anime, like little cartoon figures. That is not the He-Man I'm talking about. He-Man Revelations, and then I think that what's his name? Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill does the voice of Skeletor. Revelations was really good. That came out in 2021. It was a limited He-Man cartoon series on Netflix. They're doing a continuation of that series, and it's called He-Man Revolution. He-Man Revolution. It looks really good. I'm going to be binging on that, guaranteed on Friday. So those are my Friday plans. I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to probably pop open a beer and or have a glass of wine, whatever, and lay out on my couch and watch He-Man. Those are going to be my plans. So I like to keep things real. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, though. Excuse the short shorts moment. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend here in South Florida. So I am going to attempt to make it to the beach this weekend, though, because I was supposed to go golfing, but then my friend who I go golfing with isn't available, so I think I'm gonna have a day to myself and go to the beach. I feel like I could use that, to be honest with you, clear my head a little bit. So it'll be nice. All right. What else we got? J. Kim Cass. My friend, I just covered Cass I covered Cass on Sunday. I have no updates for Cass. It is in a bull flag. Believe me, I want Cass to break out just as much as you. People are becoming very... let me just put it to you this way. This is a bull flag, okay? Technical target's up towards 30 cents. It's just a fact. Now, on the 2-day, the only other thing I'll quick point out to you, I'm following the KST no sure thing indicator. This is a historical bottoming level here, and it looks like we're in that level. So it'll be interesting, and the MACD is starting to flatten out. What I would anticipate is for this bull flag to start breaking out by next month. We're on the 23rd. I don't think this bull flag, I could see this making maybe one more push up, maybe consolidate here in February, and then start to lift off. So we'll have to see. But technical target's around 30 cents. Depends where we break out from, right? If we break out there, that's the technical target. If it's way down here, it lowers the technical target to, maybe just shy of 30 cents or right on the dot of 30 cents. So that's what I see on Cass, though. Again, most bullish project, in my opinion, that I own. Jorge, wrong chart. I don't know what I did wrong, my friend. What did I do? Oh, Juan, I just saw your note. What did I skip? I didn't skip you, did I? It was unintentional. Juan, if I skipped you, my friend, that was unintentional. I see your question on PLI, ply. It's hard to go through all these comments, my friend, and you miss people. And then you end up charting the wrong thing like I apparently did here. Just charted the wrong thing. We charted this one before. Okay. All right. So this was apparently, whenever I have this is on the 3-day. Whenever I have a yellow rectangular box like this, that is my golden buy zone. As you can see, that golden buy zone worked out perfect. We're going to have to flip this into resistance. So what happened here? Well, we can actually redraw this. We broke out from descending resistance, essentially. We can redraw that. Now that we have more price data, we can see that descending resistance still applies, my friend. Does the golden buy zone still apply? Yeah, we're going to extend that out. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't still apply. So we're going to extend that out. We're still consolidating. Okay. Anywhere in here is a great area to buy, in my opinion. We're just riding it. What about the technical indicators? I like what I'm seeing in the RSI. Okay. Getting a somewhat increasing relative strength index at the same time that we're pushing up against resistance. The MACD. I like this setup a lot. Now, I'm not telling you we're going to get some big break to the upside. The way this is set up right now, I'm leaning, there's really any possibility, but I'm leaning in saying there could be some sort of a fake out to the downside and then some sort of a big break up, or I could just see a big break up. And if you miss the big break up, always look for a retest, right? A retest of prior resistance. Don't chase the trend. It's the worst thing you can do. We're consolidating with an increasing RSI, which I really like to see. So I like the setup here. I like the setup. I would draw another area of green support right here. Right there. Anywhere in this golden zone is a great buy, in my opinion. So that's what I see on PLI 1. I hope you found that helpful. Didn't mean to skip you, like I said. Sorry. All right, I have time for just a couple more questions. Track Bitcoin dominance. I'll save you some time, or I'll save everybody some time. We just looked at that yesterday. So if you go back to yesterday's live stream, my friend, you'll see I commented on Bitcoin dominance. Or, I apologize, I'm losing track of days. I think it was on a Sunday. It was on Sunday. Today's Tuesday. So on Sunday, my first official day back on All in the Charts, I spoke to Bitcoin dominance. Let me see if I can squeeze in the other questions here. I want to try to get everybody in. CQT, we've, my friend, of course. For you, anything. I feel like we've looked at this one too. So hopefully I have some pre-existing data up here. Felt like I was about to say pre-existing conditions. I'm back in the actuarial world. Pre-existing conditions. Yes, we have looked at this one. Let's go to the weekly. You can clearly see the areas of price confluence I have here, and with the fact that we were below 14 cents. We're going to make this support. We're going to make this support. And we're going to keep that at resistance. So you can see it's no shock. I didn't have it drawn, but it's no shock that we wicked right off that level there. It's really a zone. Right about what? Maybe there. Look at that. You can see all this price confluence in here. We came right up into that zone and wicked right around, looks like 0.3 to 0.34. Okay. Now, ideally, what I do want to see on this chart, I would like to see this area right here. It looks like around 19 to 20 cents. I'd like to see 19 to 20 cents hold. If we begin to lose 19 to 20 cents, I mean, you can draw another area like right here. If we lose 19 to 20 cents, you're looking at somewhere between 16 to 14. So the most bullish case scenario is we hold this area, chip and chop around here, and then continue up. Or we come all the way down here to 14 to 16 cents. We lose 16 cents, we could be headed all the way to 12, all right? So even if we lose 19 to 20 cents, it's not a bad thing. It's just, again, going back to my earlier comment, if you come down to 14 and 15 and that's where you're going to create support, well, now 19 to 20 cents isn't support, it's resistance. You got to break through that. It's just another layer of resistance, another battle you have to go through, right? So we'll see, 19, 20 cents, 16 to 14 cents. That's what I see on the weekly. Price indicators, the MACD, you don't want to see a deep cross. We can see a little cross on the MACD where it turns light red. You just don't want to see that steep decrease. Stochastic RSI looks fine. Relative strength index is sitting at 56. We look fine. Things just got overheated. We had a huge bounce in price. We ran from about 7 cents all the way up to 32 cents. So that is what I see on price. I think that's everything. Oh, we got one more question. All right, J. Kim, I will take I just saw your comment, Quadzilla. You damn right, my friend. You damn right. YC, absolutely. I appreciate you guys as well. I'm glad that you appreciate it. Appreciate the content. Jorge, sorry I apparently screwed up whatever you wanted me to look at charting. So just come back on Thursday or tomorrow and we'll take a look at it. I only have time for one more chart, so that's what we're going to take a look at, which is actually, J. Kim, come back with your other. I already charted out CAS for you, so there's somebody else that has a TA question I want to get to. It looks like Woo. Vision Pro, welcome to the channel. I don't believe I've recalled seeing you before. Woo. We haven't charted this one before. Of course, I believe they're a decentralized exchange. They reached out to me. They probably reach out to a lot of content creators. I'm very skeptical about having affiliates and all that stuff with different I've had a lot of people reach out to me and I get really hesitant. I am working with one or two organizations out there, but again, I'm just taking my time and making sure I feel comfortable with stuff, because once you put your name behind something, you can't take that back. So I want to be careful about things, especially in this space. So, Woo, you can see there's a general uptrend that I'd like to see it following. Let me see something. I thought I saw something in the chart, but I don't. Okay, so let's draw out areas of resistance as support. Let's talk about where we're having problems getting above. Well, obviously right there. Looks like I have price data for some reason. Did I? Oh, crypto cap. Can we? Let's start over again. I'd rather... Now, what I like to see, though, I do want to point this out. You see how this is like a rounding bottom? Right? There could be another move in store here. Now, if price is basically creating a rounding bottom and it's ending a parabola, what you should see is some sort of explosive move. We could go past all-time highs and then some sort of a deep retrace. Keep that idea in mind as I'm moving forward, talking about areas of resistance. Clear areas of resistance, we're going to call it 160. Okay, there's a range between 160 and the all-time high up here around, looks like at 180. All right. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be your major area of resistance, okay? Another area of price confluence right around there. Looks like we peaked our head there. In fact, that looks like a double top right there. You see the price wick, right here, and the price wick right there. It's at about 50. We're just going to call it 52. Really is 52.4 cents, so I'm going to say 52.4 cents. Okay. And again, it's a zone. Not trying to get too cute here, but I can't help but draw this. So it's really a zone. The zone is between 52.4 cents and 44.3 cents. Okay. So that's our zone of resistance. Now, in terms of areas of support, right there at about, looks like 33 cents, 32.5 cents. There's another area that we already bounced off of. There's another area right there around 26.2 cents. And then finally, I'll draw one other area way down here. I don't like that one as much. It's kind of tough. 20 cents, 21 cents. So this, anything in here, anything between 32 and 21 cents, 20 to 21 cents, okay? Because again, even if you come down to 20 or 21 cents, It's not the end of the world. And the reason is because, once again, you have a low, you have essentially a double bottom, a higher low. Why is this not working? Oh, my computer's just going to freeze up now. Wow. Well, my computer is just taking a shit. Okay, we're back on the live stream. I have no idea what just happened right there. Did my charts reset? Wow. That's unfortunate. I really have no idea what just happened. Man. CBG's getting a little tired. Yeah, what I was trying to say is don't lose perspective. No idea. That's never happened before. This was essentially a double bottom, okay? We created a higher low right here, and this would be a higher low, even if we go down to 21 cents, right? We're still creating higher lows. We're still creating a parabola. So those are really my areas for buys. I love when you guys say nothing happened with the live stream, but on my end, everything freezes up. So apparently you could still see and hear me. That's great. But these are my areas of price confluence, so I hope you found that helpful. And in terms of price indicators, yeah, I think I already spoke to this, but yeah, so that's what I see in the chart. All right, guys, we're going to tune out a lot of really, by the way, wanted to say this real quick before everybody tunes out, a lot of really good questions, a lot of good charts, some of which we haven't taken a look at in a long time, some of which we've never looked at together, so keep them coming. Antonio, thank you for the content. You're welcome. It's my first time here, but I follow you on X. I see Tao and Cass have the most bullish graph. Yes, absolutely. Black Oil, props to Black Oil for the shout out on Tao. Like I said, I have a very smart audience, very, very intelligent audience. So, all right, guys, have a really, really nice evening. I hope to see you back tomorrow. I'll be back around normal time, 5 o'clock, 5:15, somewhere around there. We're going to have a normal high memory usage detected. Interesting. We're going to have a normal live stream tomorrow where I'm going to run through some charts I want to share with you guys. And then time permitting, we'll go through some Q&A, all right? So everybody have a nice evening. Until next time, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Take care, everybody.